Hello everyone, I am Shubham Agrawal, and in today's session, we are going to implement the multiplayer game using Pygame. Okay, so let me share my screen. 1 second. Yeah, I think my screen is visible. Okay, so in the previous session, we have seen the basic server programming, socket programming code, and we have also seen the structure of our multiplayer game. Okay. Now, in the previous session, we got one error, that is our threading. When we made our server multi-threaded, then we are getting some error. Okay, so I was doing a simple mistake there. So here we have used handle client. Okay, so this handle client should not be in the double quotes. Okay, so here we have to pass the function name in the target without double quotes. Okay, so I was passing it in the double quotes. That's why we are getting that error. Okay, so let me first run the previous code. So let me go to the terminal and let me start the server. Our server is started. Now let me go to the client, and yeah, so hi is printing, and here in the server side we have got a connection from this port. Okay, and here hi is printed. So here, since we have sent the message hi, okay, but here we have not used the multi-threading. Okay, so let me just comment this code, and let me uncomment the multi-threading code. And here I have removed the double quotes from the handle client. Okay, so you don't have to provide double quotes here. Okay, now in the handle client we are saying hi. So let me change it to hi client. Okay, and let me print here that a new client entered. Okay, okay, so this is our server, and now if we run it, now let me go to the server again and let me restart our server. Our server has restarted. Now let me go to client and let me run the client. Yeah, so we are getting high client. Okay, and in the server side we have got a connection and a new client is entered. Okay, so it is printed. So our server code is working fine now. Okay, and we are not getting any error. So so we have made our server multi-threaded. Okay, now let's see our architecture again. So this was the structure of our multiplayer game. So in this we have server.py, and then we have client, and each client will have one pygame window. Okay, so there is a window GUI for each client. Okay, and the communication will be done using socket. So a client one can communicate to server, and server can also communicate to client. So it is a two-way communication, and each client can communicate with server. Okay, and we will maintain a common area that will be our game area, in which dictionary or list of list is used to implement this. So this will be our common area, and we are going to implement it using dictionary. Okay, now the client, whenever a client makes a move, then the data will be sent to server. Okay, and server will send the updated game area to the client. Okay, so in this way the communication will be done. Okay, and this is the structure of it. Okay, now let's go to the server.py, and let me go to readme.py. Okay, so here we have a common area shared by the players. It is also known as game area. Okay, and here we are going to implement it using a dictionary. So here players are there. Okay, and it is a dictionary in which we have PID1. So it is a player ID1, and we are going to take the player name or player ID using command line argument in the client.py. Okay, so here PID1 is there, and we are each client will have four attributes, and these attributes are PID, X, Y, and color. So each client will have its name, that will be PID. Okay, then each client will have X coordinate, that will be something. Okay, and then each player will have Y coordinate, so it will specify the location of that client in the board. Okay, then we have the color for the client. Okay, and color will be a tuple with three values. Okay, RBG. So this will be the common structure for our game area. Okay, so it is a dictionary of dictionary. Okay, so here in players dictionary we have player IDs, and in player IDs we have again one dictionary. Okay, so here nested dictionaries are used. So this will be the common area in our program. Okay, and it will be shared among the players. So we will see how we will share it, and we will how we can synchronize server and client, so that if one client makes a move, then other clients can also see it. Okay, so client will send some data to server, and server in return will send the data to client. Okay, so in this way we are going to implement our multiplayer game. Okay. Okay, so this is our game area, and now uh, okay, so now let's see the server side code. Okay, and in this we will have this game area, and we will create one player's dictionary. Okay, so this will be our common area. Okay, so it will be our game area. Okay, and so so we have created a server, and the server is listening whenever a client makes a request. So we make a one thread for that client, and then we start that thread. Okay, and after that we have the handle kind function. So let me see 1 second the comment. Okay, so I'm audible now. Okay, fine. So this is the players list. Now we have to make the entry. So we will get the information from client. Okay, so let me go to the client.py. Okay, so here we have created the socket connection, and then we have the this thing where we are receiving the text from the server. Now instead of this, let me make one first main method. Okay, and all this code will be written in the main method. Okay, now okay, so here the client will be there. Okay, and let me take the name of the client using command line argument. So each client will have some some player ID. So let me take it from the command line argument. Okay, so for that we will be using the sys module, and in that sys module we have the argv. Okay, so this is the command line argument. So this is the syntax to get the command line argument from python, in python. Okay, so if the length of this argument, okay, argv is less than 2, then we will tell our client that command line argument is not provided, because the first name is the command line argument is the name of the file itself, and the second one will be our game id. Okay, so if its length is not less than its length is less than 2, then we will print uh, and uh, okay, enter um, PI, player name using command line. Okay, so if okay, we will print this message, and after that we will exit. So for exit we will do os dot exit. Okay, so this is the function to exit, and since we are using os module, so let me import the os module also. Okay, and if this is not the case, means the user has passed the command line, so we will take that command line, so it will be our PID. For that we will have str. We will convert our, so it will be in str only, but again we are converting, so that if the user has passed something like other type, then it is converted to str. So we want our PID to be str. Okay, let me print this PID also, and let me see whether this code is working or not. So let me again go to our terminal. Let me restart our server. Okay. So our server has restarted. Now let me go to the client, and let me run the client. And this time if I don't pass any command line argument, and if I press enter, so it will say enter player name using command line. Okay, now when I enter the player name, so let it be Shubham. Okay, now when I press enter, so yeah, Shubham is printing and hi is also printing. Okay. So yeah, our this thing is working fine now. Okay. Now in the client also we will have one players dictionary. So we will get the all player data from the server. So for that we have also we have to maintain a players data here in client side also. Okay. So here, okay. So we have taken the PID. Okay. So now in this P players we will make one entry. So that will be PID. Okay, and in that PID we will make an empty dictionary, and now in players uh, PID, and in this we will have one more attribute, that is PID, and in that we will pass the PID. Okay, and then we have the X coordinate. So we are having four things here. So one is PID, then second one is X. So it will be let's suppose it is 10, and players PID, then we have Y. Okay, then let's suppose it is 20, and then we have players, and then we have color. Okay, so let the color be red. Okay, so we have passed the PID in this, and let me show you the structure of our PID. So this is the structure of our players list, in which we have PID, and we have this four attributes for each player. Okay, and in the client also we are maintaining that. Okay, now first of all, we will so we have maintained the player ID here. Okay, so now let me go to so one second. So here it is there. Okay, now in the server side we have created, now we will receive this information that client has entered. Okay, so here the client has entered this information. Now instead of sending this receive data, so instead of receiving we will send this data. Okay, so for this we will use send. Okay, but since this data is a Python object, so it is a dictionary object. Okay, so we can't send it directly. Okay, so we have to convert it into a network representable form, that is we have to serialize it, and for to serialize that we have this serializable code in which we use pickle library to pack and unpack our data. Okay, so let me copy this code and let me paste it in the client side. Okay, in this we have the pack function, and then we have the unpack function. Okay, in pack function we dump the data and return the result, and in an unpack function we loads the data and return the result, and we are going to use it in the client side. So here we will send, first we will pack the data, so pack, and in this we will send our players, and in this we will pass PID. So we are sending the current player PID. Okay, and in the server side also we will not send any data, we are going to receive it. Okay, so let me delete this high function from here, and instead of here we will have data, and in this we are going to receive it. So c dot receive. Okay, and in this we have 2048. Let's suppose that we want to receive 2 KB of data. Okay, now we are going to unpack it. Since it was packed, now we have to unpack it. So for that we have to write unpack here. So it will unpack the serialized data, means it will deserialize it. Okay, since we are using the unpack function here, so let me just paste the pickle library code here also in the server side. Okay, so here we are unpacking the data that we are received from the client. Now let me print the data also. Okay, so I have printed the data here. Okay, and let me go to the terminal and let me restart our server. Okay, yeah, so now let me run the server code again. So Python, Server code is started. Now let me run the client, and here I have passed Shubham. Okay. So after this, Shubham is sent and 60 is printed. So I will tell you why this 60 is printed. Let me go to the server side. So here, okay, so we got an error. So it is saying receive. Okay, so we have written, so it is a typo here. So it is RECV. Okay. And the 60 that we have printed, this is printed because since we are printing so we are sending the data and we are printing its length. So the length of this data is this. Okay. So that's why this is printing. Okay. So now let me run the server again. We got an error. Yeah. So server is running. Let me run the client also. And here I have passed Shubham. And when I run it, so Shubham is printed since we have printed the PID, and this is the length of the data that we have sent. Okay. Now here we have received the data in the server side. So we have received Shubham, X, Y, and color. Okay. Now we are able to receive the data from the client. Okay. Now let's see how we can use Pygame and make a GUI for it. Okay. So we want a graphical user interface for our client. Okay. So first of all, for Pygame, you have to run this command, that is pip install Pygame. Okay. So when you run this command, then the Pygame will be installed in your system. Okay. And if you want to test that Pygame is installed or not in your system, you have to write pygame -m, then sorry, so it is python -m pygame.example. So run an example. So if this example is running fine, that means that Pygame is installed. Okay. Examples aliens. Okay. So let me run it. Okay. So as you can see, there is a game that is opening and you can play this game. And if you are able to play this game, then this means the Pygame is running fine. Okay. So this game is running. Okay. So this means Pygame is installed in the system. Okay. Now to use Pygame, we have to import Pygame module. For that, we have import Pygame. Okay. And the basic structure of Pygame is something like this. Okay. So this is the basic structure of our Pygame code. Okay. So if you are making any game, then this is the basic structure. So let me copy it and let me explain you one by one. Okay. So I will copy this in the client side, and after connect, I will paste it. Okay. So here first we will create a Pygame display. So here Pygame, we are setting the caption as PID. Okay. So we are setting the caption of our display as PID. So since PID is taken from the command line and it is something like Shubham, then Shubham will be our caption for this Pygame display. Now in the window, we have pygame.display.set mode, in which have to set the height and width of our game window. Okay. So for this, we have to make some variables that are global variables, and it will be width equal to 500. So the game window will be of width 500 and height will be of 500. Okay. So it will create a window of 500 cross 500. Okay. And this when variable will contain that window. Okay. Then we have this pygame.time.clock. So this is a function and it is used to set the frame rate of our game. Okay. So FPS is set by this clock, and for this we are using clock.tick, and here I have written 60. So our FPS is 60 frames per second. Okay, so here 60 frames are refreshing, okay, at in 1 second. Okay, so this is our frame rate. Now we have this while loop. Okay, so this is our main loop, and in which will have one try and except code. Okay, so if there is an exception, then we will print some error and we will break out this while loop. Okay, and if everything is working fine, then we will refresh our display, and here we will write our code. Okay, and this is the syntax to exit from the pygame. Okay, so if the event is equal to pygame.quit, then we will quit the pygame. So it is a basic syntax, it is standard. Okay, so this is the basic pygame code. Okay, so let me run it. Okay, so since our server was running and we haven't made any changes in our server, so I'm not restarting it. So let me run our python dot uh, python client. Okay, so our client is running. Okay, so this is our window and it is 500 cross 500, and here's the caption is Shubham, as you can see here. Okay, and if I cancel it, cross it, then some error will occur because I have abnormally terminated it. That's why we are getting some exception and we are getting some error, and then 60 is printed. That was sent to the server. Okay, okay, so here we have sent it. Okay, now first of all, let me just cut it from here. Okay, and let me paste this code here in while loop. Okay, and we are not printing it. Okay, we are just sending the code, sending our players data to the server. So this s dot send, and in this we are packing our players data with PID this, and we are sending it to our server, and from server we will receive, okay, the players data. So it will get all players data. Okay, so for that we will use unpack, and here we will receive it from the server. So as dot receive. Okay, in this we will have to pass the length, and it will be 2 KB. Okay, now we have the players data. Okay, we have sent the our data, current player data, and then we have received all players data so that we can display it in our game window. Okay, so we will see the server side code for it, but before that, after getting the data, we will redraw our window. Okay, so let me just make a function which will be our redraw. Okay, and in this we will pass our window, and we will also pass our players. Okay, so here I have passed the win and window, and let me define a redraw function. So we will be redrawing after each move. Okay, so redraw, and in this we will have our window and the players list. Okay, so first of all, since our window is displaying black, so let me first change the color of our window, and that will be uh, win dot fill. Okay, and in this I will pass the color. So let me put it white in the window. Okay, so the color code for white is 255. Okay, and after that, for each PID and players, okay, we are going to draw the player. So let me make a draw player function. So it is a draw player function, and in which we will pass our window, and we will also pass the players dot players, and in this we will pass PID. So it will be the so it will be the data for the that player with PID this. Okay, so we are going to draw it, and after that we are going to do pygame dot update display. Okay, so it will update our display. Okay, so I think it is pygame dot display dot update. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, so this will display our display. Okay, so this will update our display. Okay, now let me make the draw player function also, since we have made it. So in this we have window, and after that we will have the player name. So let it be player. Okay, and in this we are going to draw a circle for each player. Okay, so for that we are going to use pygame dot draw. Okay, so it is a so we have to draw anything, we have to do pygame dot draw, and in this we have circle. Okay, and in the circle first argument is our window, so it is the surface that on which we are making the circle. Then we have to specify the color. So for color I'm going to use player, and in this I have passed the color, so it will be color. Okay, and after that I will pass the x and y, that is the center of this circle, so it will be player x, and then we have players y. Okay, this will be the center, and then we have to pass the radius, and the radius, let it be radius. Okay, and I will define this radius above. Okay, so with height I will define our radius, so this radius would be let's say 15. Okay, so it will draw a circle for our player. Okay, and when we are getting this x and y, so let me take it randomly. So for this let me use random function. Okay, so in random function I will pass rand int. In this we will have to pass the height and means the range for the random values, so let it be 0 to width for x, and here also let it be 0 to height. Okay, so we will get a random value between 0 and height, so that will be the initial position of our player in our window. So we have height here. Okay, now let me go to Avo and import our random library. Also import random. Okay, so we have imported our data also. Okay, and each player will make a move. Okay, so we will also have one function which is known as move, and in this move function we will pass PID, which is our player ID. So after each frame we are going to means move up. Whenever we click on up arrow, down arrow or something, then our player will move. So this move function will handle that. Okay, so let me omit this move function. So for that we will have dash move, and in this we will pass our PID. Okay, since we are using the global players. Okay, so let me import it global players here, and here we will get the so whenever a user press a key, then it is an event that is generated. So for to catch that which key is pressed, we have pygame dot key dot get pressed. Okay, so whenever a user presses a key, then the event will be generated and it will be captured by this pygame dot key. And here we have keys. Okay, now we will see which key is pressed. Okay, so if keys equal to keys, and in this key we have pygame dot keyboard left, so it means left key. So if it is a left key, then we are going to increase our increase or decrease our x coordinate. Okay, so we have PID, and in this we have x. Okay, so we are going to decrease it by some value, so let it be inc. Okay, and so it is for increment. Okay, so let it the increment or decrement value would let it be 5. Okay, we are going to decrease x by 5. Okay, then if it is a left key, then we are doing this. What if it is a right key? Okay, so we are going to make the condition for that also. So here if the key is right, okay, then we will move it, then we will increment the x coordinate. Okay, and if the key is up, then we are going to decrement y. Okay, and if key is down, then we are going to increment the y value, y coordinate of the player. Okay, so we are going to increment it. So this will be our move function, and here we are moving our player. Okay, so this is the syntax to do that. Okay, so we are taking the event in which the key is pressed, and we are checking which key is pressed by this. Okay, pygame dot left key, right key, up or down. Okay, and then we are updating our players. Okay, and after this, okay, so in this while loop we are sending our player ID. Okay, then we are receiving all players data, and then if a player makes a move, okay, then we are updating our players list, and we are again passing that list, then again sending that list to our server. So in this way our game will get updated. Okay, so since we are sending the information to the server and then we are receiving the data from the server, so let's go to the server side, server.py, and here so new client is printed. Now let me make a while loop here, because since we will get multiple information, and since the client is also in the while loop, so we have to make in the server also. Okay, so here let me make first try and catch, so that try and accept, so that if there is some error that is occurred, then we are going to catch it. So exception as E, and after that we are going to print that exception. Okay, now after that we are going to break from it, and the data that we have received, we will receive it in our try function. So here I have received the data and I'm going to print it, and after that I'm going to extract the PID from our data. So it is data, and in this I will pass PID, and after that I will update our players list. Okay, so here let me go above and make it global players, so that I am accessing the global list, global global player list. Okay, and here in players we have the PID, and in this we are going to update our data. Okay, and if not data, so if the data is not present, then we will print disconnect. So some connection issue is there, that's why it is disconnected. uh, if the data is not sent. Okay, and then we will break it from here. Okay, and if data is present, then we will send it to our client. So it will be c dot send, and in this we are going to first pack the data, and this the whole players list will be there. Okay, and then we are going to send it, and since we are sending this players, and in the client side also we are receiving this players list. Okay, so this is our client code. Okay, and this is our server code. In this we are maintaining our common area, that is our players dictionary. Okay, so let me go and run this code. Okay, so here let me go to the terminal. Okay, let me clear all this, and here also let me restart the server once again. Okay, so our server is started. Okay, now let me run the client. So I'm passing Shubham here as a PID. So our client is running and Pygame is started. Okay, so we are getting some error. So let me see that error, that what we are getting. So here ran out of input is there. So let me go to the client side and let me see what is the error. Okay, players. So we are getting error somewhat here. Okay, so let me just remove this try code so that we can see the error. Let me restart the servers once again. So our server is restarted. Let me restart the client also. Okay, so we are getting exception in Y. So key error, Y is not present. Okay, so by mistake I have used here player, so it will be player. In here it will be player. Yeah. So let me run it again. So yeah, our window is started, and now you can see there is a one player that is here. It is denoted by red, okay, red circle, and here the x and y coordinates are randomly generated. And if I press the arrow keys, then you can see it is moving. Okay, okay. So if I move upwards, then this circle is moving, and when I press this, then it is moving left side. Yeah. So our player is able to move. Okay, and let me open one more window for this with some other player name. So let it be Python client.py, and let the other player name is S2. So S2 is opened, and S2 is present here. Okay, and let me open S1 also. Okay, so okay, so if I move S2, okay, so here I am moving S2, then it is also moving in Shubham also. And if I go to Shubham and if I move Shubham's circle, then it is also moving. Okay, so let me just change the color of this circles. So for each player we have some different color. Okay, so let me go to terminal. Okay, let me go to Sublime, and since we are assigning red color to each player, so let me change it and let me make it a random color. Okay, so let me use random int here. Okay, and in this, instead of passing three fixed value, I'm passing three random values. So here random from 0 to, so let it be from 100 to 240. Okay, and let me copy it and let me paste it three times so that we have three values. Okay, so I have a random color because color is represented by a tuple with three values. Okay, also with the with circle there should be the name of the player also. So to display a text in Python in Pygame, so we have this function for that. So first we have to do Python init, and then we have to set the font variable. Okay, and then we have to use this WinBlit to print the text. Okay, so let me copy it and paste it in the client.py. Okay, so yes, first we will do the Python init and then the font. Okay, and after uh, we have created the font object, then we are going to use it, and we will paste this display line in our drop player function. So we want to draw it below the player. Okay, so we will specify the coordinates here. So the text would be the player's PID. We have PID here. Okay, so it should be in single quotes. Then the color, so we will the color, let it be black, since our background is white, so let it be black, and the coordinates would be this, the center. So okay, so also let me just subtract radius so that it comes in the center and it comes at the below. So let me add radius in x and y coordinate. I'm adding radius value in y coordinate and subtracting radius value in x coordinate, so that the value comes at the below and at the center. Okay, so this is going to display our text in our window. And also let me increase the radius by, let it be 25, let it be 20. Okay, and the let increment would be 10. Okay, now let's run this code. Let me restart the server also. Yeah, so here many data is printed, so let me also comment the print statement here. I have commented the print statement, so the less data will be printed in our terminal. Now when we run the server.py, so yeah, our server is running. Okay, now let me go to our client and let me run the client. So client is our Shubham. Okay, so because I'm passing Shubham in the command line. Okay, so this is our window. Okay, and as you can see, Shubham is there. So this gray arrow is Shubham, and here Shubham is also printed. Okay, so let me make one more player here. So let it be, let's say, Ram. Okay, so our Pygame window is starting. 1 second. So yeah, so this is our RAM window, and as you can see, the color is different from this. This is a light gray color and it is a dark gray color, so it is randomly generated. Okay, and but this time our colors are different. So the name is also displayed in the circle and the color is also displayed. And in here, if I move Shubham, then Shubham is moving, and if I move Ram, then Ram is also moving, and the same. So both the things are synchronized. If I'm moving the Ram here, then it is moved in this window, and if you are moving the Shubham here, then it is moved in this window. Then in both the windows it is moving. So our game area is synchronized, and if a player makes a up move, down move, or up left or right move, then it can be seen in the other player's window. Okay, and if other players make the move, then it can be seen in the that player's window. Okay, so here we are able to create, okay, uh, the multiplayer game, and in this the player can moves multiple, make the multiple moves. Okay, and the data is synchronized, it is common, so we can have a character image instead of the circle, and instead of this name we can have the player health or score or something. Okay, and we can make a background. So we have taken a background as white, so we can make it little bit colorful, and we can make a little multiplayer game with the help of Pygame. Okay, so the aim of this session was to create a Pygame and able to synchronize between multiple players, and a common area should be there in which a player when makes a move that can be seen by other players also. So this was the main aim of this session. Okay, and we are able to okay, able to achieve it. Okay, so here if I make a move in one window, and if I make a move in other window, then I can see it. And also, since we have used socket programming in there, so we can try it in multiple system also. So this player can run on other system, and this player can be run on other system, but the condition is that it should be in the same network. Okay, so the both the players should be in the common network, so that socket programming will work fine. And if we are using a public network, then we have to do some more thing. Okay, to communicate between the players. Yeah, so let me 1 second. So let me open one more terminal and let me create one more player. Okay, yeah, 1 second. cd. Let me go to the directory where this Python code is present. Python client.py. Yeah. And let me give the name as S3. Okay. Let me run it. So our Pygame has started. Okay, so this is our S3 window. So as you can see, a different color of S3 is there. Okay, and let me open the other windows also. Okay, so in this we have 3 players. Okay, and if I am making a move in S3, then it can be seen by other players also. And if I am making the move in the second means in a RAM window, then it can be seen in the other windows also. And if I am making the move in the Shubham's window, then it is also can be seen by others. So this is the basic multiplayer game. It is a very basic multiplayer game in which multiple players can play a game. Means it is a very simple game in which we just have to move the players. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So this is it for today's session, and I hope you have learned something from this session. Okay. So thank you guys for watching. Okay.